And ultimately, when you compare newcomers to old-timers and consider that people have lived here for 400 generations, we're all newcomers.
A guy comes in with a lot of money, buys a big ranch, the local ranchers immediately say, "What a jerk. That guy with all the money comes in here and buys this good ranch. We don't like him. Don't know who he is. They've never talked to him. Don't know what his background is, other than he's from Texas or Pennsylvania or something. Well, we found in working on these noxious weeds, we'd go in and put your arm around the guy and say, "Hey, partner, how you doing? Got a great ranch here. We'd like you to be part of the community. And there's some things we think you'd be interested in working on."
I think that people, especially in the Madison Valley, maybe are coming together in a different way now than it seems like even 3 years ago. People are understanding that, you know, they're all concerned about the same things. It's just a matter of building bridges and educating the second homeowners as well.
Agriculture is going to grow, it's going to continue to exist. I suspect that we're not going to break the trend of the last 100 years, which means that there will be fewer people required to work more and more acres.
We started a community forum process, and it was just local people. It was just community people, and we would have community forums and talk about growth issues. The first three were driven by an agenda. We wanted to look at growth in the past, growth today, and what growth might look like in the future. So we had 3 forums in about 3 months to look at that. And then we just took the string off the steering wheel and let the process drive itself. The agenda comes out of the process. But it's hard to convince people that when you're trying to enhance a community process that you really don't have an agenda. So if you have an open discussion to where there's really not an agenda per se, I mean, your agenda is to have a better community, to protect our open spaces and the amenities that people feel that are valuable here. If I had one message from our experience here in the community, it is that this is a great land to live in. We've got the best form of government we could possibly have. We need to make that kind of government work, which means as citizens, we need to be involved. We have to choose to be involved in what's going on in our communities. You've got to speak up, you've got to listen, you've got to take action.
I've seen the sun, I felt the rain, busted loose my ball and chain, seen the man, and what I've seen, he's just...
I love to tell the stories of our landscape. What's the meaning of a Vision Quest site on a mountaintop? You see, the obligation runs both ways. We who are natives to this landscape have an obligation to transmit to the next generation, whether they be newcomers or whoever, that sense of heritage. And we need to help them be welcoming to that sense of depth in our culture and heritage of the landscape that's much more than sights and sights, beautiful landscapes.